Welcome to the Duke Trap Studios, home of the Keystone Experience. Brought to you by Creek Archery. Find your passion, then hunt it down. Hillview Motors. Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram. Remember, Hillview has it. What's going on, everybody? We got the fellas from Chico Outdoors. It's that time of year again, guys.
Yes, it is.
We're getting excited, ready to roll.
So what's new and exciting?
Well, lots of new stuff for the show, for sure. This is probably going to be our biggest and best year yet. We're hoping for. Well surpassed our number of vendors we've had in the past, and got a lot of new stuff to talk about. So we're excited.
Yeah, a lot of good stuff, a lot of revamped areas. Like he said, more vendors than ever. Great set of sponsors, as always. I mean, we're really looking forward to it.
And we're having video difficulties. That's why this is just an audio. You try to, I don't know, give a redneck an app that works all by itself, and somehow I can't get it to record the audio. I don't know what the hell happened, but we're going to use the reliable old podcaster that records everything. So
that works for us. You probably don't want to see our faces anyways.
That's where we started.
Exactly.
Way back when.
Exactly.
That is true. That's the first thing we did. And we were in the upstairs at Creek Archery.
Yeah.
Yep.
First year.
Yeah.
Yep. That was awesome.
Yep. So April 12th and 13th.
Yep.
Starting, what time is it?
Saturday is 10 a.m., so we're 10 to 7 on Saturday and 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Sunday. Obviously, Saturday, we have the after party then as well. The after party will kick off at 8:30, and it'll run till about 10:30, 11 o'clock there. Andy Davis is going to play again on Saturday night for the barn party. Got a lot of other entertainment throughout the weekend we'll talk about here in a little bit. But, 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Saturday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Sunday. One of the things we got going on for Saturday, I'll throw it in here with the time thing here now so we can get that in. But at noon on Saturday, we have what we're calling our Salute Our Heroes ceremony.
Okay.
So that's something that's kind of new this year. We always have done an opening ceremony that included the veterans, included the Legion Honor Guard and VFW Honor Guards in our area and their ceremony. But this year we pushed it back to noon. That way more people could be there to see it. And with that, we've expanded it to include quite a bit more. I anticipate it being probably a half hour, 45-minute presentation. We've got the Laurel Highlanders Pipes and Drums Band coming to play for that. We'll obviously have the Legion doing their ceremony again, the taps and the gun salute, and leading them down will hopefully be a military equipment parade. We're in talks to finalize that. The National Guard is bringing out some pieces of equipment, I think some Humvees and stuff. They're going to lead a small parade to lead them down. They'll do their ceremony, and weather permitting, we are scheduled to be having a Black Hawk flyover this year. That's something that's actually started kind of as a joke, to be honest.
Yeah.
We've been wanting to expand on the heroes, veteran ceremony we do. So this year we were able to get in touch with the right people, and we're waiting on a call to tell us that we're on the flight schedule. Everything else is through, and if that happens, that's going to be really cool. Also, with the veteran side of it, Helltown Arms in Mount Pleasant is donating us a Henry Edition military rifle. All weekend long, we'll be signing veterans up for that. Saturday.
Free raffle
Yeah,
for the veterans.
yeah,
Free raffle
yeah,
for the veterans.
Free raffle. Any veteran can sign up for that. Also on Saturday, all day Saturday, there's no charge for veterans to get in. That's something new we're going to do this year. We were going to, we want as many veterans there for the ceremony as we can. So Saturday's going to be free veteran day. Any veteran that shows ID at the gate will be let in for free. Then they can go sign up for that drawing as well and just come on out and enjoy the day. If they want to be part of the ceremony, they're more than welcome. It'll start at noon, so if they can be there a little bit before that. If they want to march, they're welcome to march. If they don't, we'll have an area where we'd like to have veterans stand by for the ceremony as well. Pleasant Unity Fire Department's bringing their ladder truck out. They're going to hang a big flag over the walkway, and it's going to be a really nice service. Just a way to pay tribute to the veterans. And so if you're active duty, retired, reserves, whatever, try to be there on Saturday, and we want to honor you. So that's the newest thing we did this year. Biggest change this year was that. Just really growing that. We want to continue to grow that every year. So
Cool. What about you over there?
Well, to go along with some of the time stuff, I mean,
You're not walking around with a beer wagon anymore either.
No. We have a beer wagon.
speaking of beer wagons,
Those were the old days.
Those were the old days. But speaking of beer wagons, throw a little plug out there for us. We did purchase the beer wagon that we've always used at the fair, and it will be available for rent.
Nice.
yeah,
We got it all stickered up with Chico Outdoors stuff, and we might add a few other things to it, but it's looking really good. CJ the DJ got it all cleaned up for us, and so after the expo, we'll have that for rent also, and that money all goes back to putting that veteran ceremony on and the other things we're doing with kids and everything else. So that's kind of just trying to help ourselves grow.
Cool.
Yeah, I think last year I said that putting his name on a beer can was probably his greatest accomplishment, but now we put it on an 8-tap beer wagon, which
hell.
that might be a little higher up the ranking. He's probably up there really celebrating that one.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Speaking of the beer cans, those are back. Those are back with a new label, and something we're going to try and do is they have the year on them.
Oh,
So
cool.
that way, then if you get one last year, this year it's a different label, different colors, and it'll say 2025 on it. And then hopefully that's something we're going to continue to do in the future, because I think that's super cool.
Yeah, it is.
And the beer's fantastic. So
Yeah, it is.
I don't know. I couldn't tell you guys.
shout out Forbes Trail.
Yeah. Forbes Trail Brewing in Stoystown. That's the one that makes our beer, and I haven't had a bad beer up there. So if you're looking for a little bit of a ride up there, but go up and see those guys up there, and who knows where you're listening from? You might be their next door neighbor, but stop in and see them. Mike and Caitlin, they've been awesome to work with. So we're gonna keep this going as long as we can. Keep the beer going. And
Heck yeah.
so
They've
pretty cool.
been
addition.
great to us, and they're just so nice, super nice people that make a great beer. So try and support them if you can. Also,
And the tickets are out.
Yeah.
mega tickets are out. There's not a lot left.
Yeah,
I mean,
I
I
by
wouldn't.
the time this airs.
By the time this airs, if you haven't got one, chances you might not. If we get some back, you may see something special right around the week of the show to a chance to get a couple of them or something. But that's probably
just keep an eye on our page. We have a meeting coming up here real soon, and we're gonna try to have everything back then, so we'll have an idea what we have left on tickets, if any. By the sound of it, there's not a lot left. There's a few floating around here and there, but I think pretty much everything's going on that ticket. So if you didn't get one, watch out for it next year, because it gets bigger and better every year as well.
If you didn't get one, you missed out, because we really we doubled the size of it, but with that comes what's rough $87,000 worth of prizes.
Yeah.
Over the 2-day span, with a chance to win $15,000 cash both days at the end of the show.
I got lucky. Matt brought a deer hide over and brought a big envelope of tickets, and he left. And about 15 minutes later, I looked over. I'm like, oh, shit. He left them tickets here. I called him. I'm like, dude, you left them tickets. The next day, I'm at work, and I texted him again. I'm like, hey, is it all right if I sell these? Because these people at work are asking me for them, and I don't want to sell them if you already had them promised. He's like, sell them.
Yeah, absolutely. We
People
appreciate
at work,
that.
people at the deer lease bought them, So,
We
and then I
appreciate
had to
that.
have them bring me 2 for myself that I originally wanted.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
but yeah,
that's
that ticket's a good deal. The whole weekend, man. The whole weekend is fun. I mean, I don't do a whole lot of shows. Like, I'll go hang out in Harrisburg with my sponsors and stuff like that. this is the only show you're ever going to see a booth from the Keystone Experience. And we've been doing this since the beginning. I started with Steve Rocco and them guys with Keystone Wild Outdoors TV. Was it the very first one where you couldn't fit a single sheet of paper between people in that building that day?
Yep.
It was crazy.
It's so funny because we talked to a lot of people, out and about at different events and stuff, and there's still a lot of people in the area that don't seem to not know what we're about or don't know we're here. And when we explain to them where we came from, especially when they're first timers at the show or something, and they see where we're at now, they have no idea what we came from. And it's amazing how far we've come. When we look back to 20 vendors in Norvelt, Roosevelt Hall, and this is going to be our best year yet. We've got over 100 vendors right now, and every day, and this always happens every year right before, you still get those stragglers coming in. Hey, can we still get in? Can we still get in? Other shows are done. Everybody's kind of winding down for the year, and then they're like, oh, we'll do one more, if we can get in. And so we're still taking technically our cutoff is April 1st for vendors, so that we can start getting layouts done and everything. But definitely hit us up if you're interested on the website or on our Facebook page. If we can fit you, we will. We'll be starting to work. I'll be getting some of the layouts done here shortly, so I'll have a little bit of an idea what we have to work with. But if we can fit you in, we definitely will. If you're willing to do an outside spot, there's always room for an outside spot. If you got a trailer or something like that you can be outside, we'll work with you on that stuff too. With that, there's being that we're running out of building space is a good thing, but there's still a lot of outside space too. So if you're kind of got a self-contained trailer you can work out of or something, by all means we'll fit you in. So
we hate to turn people away, but I mean there's only so many buildings up there, so
there's no campsites, right?
As far as camping goes, there's not technically campsites, but we do have some water and electric hookups on the grounds that we can accommodate some campers. If it's something you're thinking about, reach out to us. We'll let you know, what the stipulations are on that and what we can do for you. But vendor wise, if you're hearing this and you didn't realize that we did that, by all means reach out. I mean, you're welcome to bring a camper and stay right there, save you the hotel cost, and it's very reasonable. I mean, we basically just charge you what we pay the fairgrounds to hook up, and that's about all there is to it. And you're right on the grounds. Somebody, we have people there all the time. We've had a couple people stay over the last couple of years, so it's starting to grow. People are starting to realize they can stay there, and so it's not something we really pushed a lot. We weren't really sure in the beginning what the stipulations were, and in talking to the fair, they're all like when the craft shows there, things like that, they do the same thing. So as long as we're there's no campfires, nothing like that, because it's inside the grounds. Everything has to be contained. There's no sewage hookups, but we can accommodate campers with water and electric. So,
and there's going to be a ton of people. I mean, I know a bunch of vendors. I was on the phone last night with a guy from 360 Blinds. I was on the phone with him for a while.
Yeah, so, I talked to him yesterday a little bit too.
Yeah. That'll be something that'll be revealed at Chico Outdoors, the conversation that me and him had. Okay. So
yeah, cool. We got a lot of new vendors this year. I was really surprised. I mean, we got our staple of vendors that are always with us, but this year is our best year for new vendors. I was surprised at one point when I was doing, going through the list, it was 50-50. I mean, early on when we had our first, 30, 40 vendors, it was 50-50. We got so many new vendors, and I think that the vendors themselves are starting to talk.
Yeah.
And that's what's getting the vendors. I mean, we work hard to put people in the gate for the vendors, and the vendors are helping us. They're working hard to get other vendors there. That's a testament to what we got. I mean, I don't think most everybody we talked to last year was nice, because these guys gave me the chance to walk around on Sunday and actually talk to every vendor. And I pretty much got every vendor, unless they weren't at their booth when I came through and I didn't get back. I pretty much talked to every vendor, and there was very little negative feedback, and most of the negative feedback was constructive criticism that we used this year to grow and to make certain areas better, and to make it more, kind of streamline it better for the vendors. And a lot of it, that's what it was, is just little things like, hey, maybe you do this to help us out, or maybe you do this will make it easier on you. And these vendors, they go to so many shows, they see the good, the bad, and the ugly of every show,
right?
And it's nice that they or letting us know, hey, your show's pretty good, but just tweak this a little bit here and there, and it just makes it that much better.
Yep.
And that's all things we want. I mean, I'll just note that it wasn't we didn't give you the chance. We made it mandatory because we have an exceptional group of people that help us on our board, and we all work together so well that we can problem solve. So it gives the chance for somebody like Matthew, the president, to go around and get in front of these people face to face with people. I mean, for the couple years before that, when we were doing things like some of them we might not ever even talk to because they registered online, come through, and they set up their booth, and we were just so busy scrambling. Now that we've got a routine down, we got a good base of people and help that we can, designate time to do that and go out and, do things like that. And we're trying to do more with the ticket on buying from vendors. And we went, I know last year, me and Mark Franks, we went around and bought our door prizes from people at the show just to try and, give back to them and support, because that's what it's all about. That's what we want to do.
Right.
Yeah, one of the neat things that I heard last year at the show and walking around, and some of the feedback was, of all the shows, it was one guy in particular who told me this, and it really, really stuck with me. He said he's going to shows, the biggest show, the smallest show. He's been to all different shows, and he said our show was the only show that he saw the same people sometimes 2-3 times, sometimes 4 times. Mm-hmm. And that says what our event is. It's not your typical come walk through, look at the vendors and leave, maybe sit through a seminar and then go home. It's a family event. It's an all day, like it's almost a fair. It's almost like an outdoor fair.
Yep.
I mean, we're to that point. We're actually entertaining ideas of doing things in the arena, stuff like that. Now we've been approached by different organizations to work on getting something in the arena, and that's the kind of event it is. You can come there. You don't have to spend a ton of money. You can come there and spend all day, get something to eat, have a couple beers, and just sit and listen to bands all day.
Yeah.
Like if you're not big into the outdoors, maybe you fish, you don't care about hunting, come look at the fishing vendors. We got more fishing vendors this year than we've ever had.
Yeah.
We've got a couple really good fishing vendors coming. We got some charters to raffle off, some fishing stuff to raffle off. So if that's your thing, come there, look at the fishing stuff, and then listen to bands. Like we got a really good lineup of bands this year. Food trucks, and we got 15 or 16 different food and drink options. That's the most we've ever had that way. We've got, vendor-wise, we got the most. We put the most into advertising this year, so we're really, really looking for this to be our big year. It's, not a big year as far as numbers. We're going into our 7th, not really maybe lucky 7 for us, hopefully. But, every year it's gotten bigger. We're just hoping this is that breakthrough year where we can really let people see what we got. Our billboards are out on some major highways. They're getting a lot of traction. I really feel that this is going to be a good year for us. I really do.
And we got another new event going on there that people got to pre-register for.
Oh, yeah. Yes. So Creek Archery and the Broken Knock podcast are putting on a 3D archery shoot. That'll be down in the Kelly building, which, Matthew's got the info right here.
Here, I'll give you the cheat sheet on it.
So it's Saturday and Sunday also.
Yeah, you can shoot either day.
There's 33D Reinhardt targets with IBO scoring rings, 6 competitive classes. There's men's open, women's open, men's bow hunter, women's bow hunter, 13 to 17 youth, and 12 and under youth, which I just think is awesome. Cash prizes, award to the top 3 shooters in each competing class. I just think that's going to be a great event. And
yeah, that was really cool. That's something that we've been trying to add more interactive stuff every year, and that was something that Chris came to us and we had talked about it. We had bought some targets, and we had some to start with, and we weren't sure what we wanted to do with it. And Chris, Megan, and Ken, they took it by the horns, and they said, "Don't worry about it. It's on. Like we'll make it happen." I mean, they came up with the name, they come up with the registry, they come up with everything on it. Sent it to us and said, "What do you think?" And we're just, you'd be dumb not to sign up for it. It's going to be a great shoot. I love the name. The Barn Burner Challenge.
I was just going to say, I didn't give the name its proper recognition.
Yeah,
it's the Broken Knock 3D Archery Barn Burner Challenge, which is just awesome.
Yeah. So it's going to be a nice setup. It's all indoor. One of the biggest buildings up there. one of the longest buildings up there.
About 30 yards.
Yeah, the target. Yeah, I mean, I think the distance is going to be about 30 yards on all your shots, but it's going to be a nice setup. Yeah, I'm really excited about that. And Chris will have his booth down there, right where the shoot is. He's going to have his booth down there too. So if you need something last minute, he'll have it there. If you need to, we want to talk to him about your bow, whatever. Yeah, that's gonna be really cool. I think that's gonna be a good addition. I was figuring if we got 15, 20 shooters this year, would be a good start, and we've surpassed that already. So
good deal.
Yeah, so it's looking like it's gonna be
the pre-registration, which that'll be closed before this comes out. But I mean, you can register Sunday morning if you want, Sunday afternoon, whatever. Just get out there and
throw the bow in the truck and come out and take a look. And if you want to shoot, you're more than welcome to.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm hoping my new bow's in before that, and I'll have to bring that one and shoot it.
So you're leaving Chef Alex at the booth while you go shoot?
Yeah, yeah,
good deal.
Yeah, he's got to do something. He's got to pay his way somehow.
Exactly. I guess we'll some of the other stuff we got going on. Obviously, every year we have the kids area.
Yeah.
We got the trout pond will be back again this year for the kids. Revamping the pond a little bit. I got some new aerators and stuff. Hopefully the fish stay good and strong and want to keep biting and keep them going.
I think next year we ought to have after hours alligator wrestling in that pond.
All right,
alligator wrestling. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Well.
We'll dress CJ the DJ can put the Rue the squirrel costume on and we'll alligator wrestle him in the pond.
yeah, we're gonna take bets. Yeah, that'd be good. With the kids area too, we got a couple new games this year we're adding, and we've moved into a bigger building for that. We're expanding that. So, Kriston Farms and Pritz Feed Mill. They approached us. They helped us a lot last year with some stuff for our, hay bales for our band and our stage setup. They brought a tractor for a stage setup to go really set the theme for the barn party. This year, they came to us and they really wanted to help with the kids area, so they brought some ideas to us, and I really think they're going to be good additions. We're going to have a hay bale wall for the kids to climb. The building we're moving into is a lot bigger building, so we're going to put a hay bale wall up for the kids to climb. There's going to be a corn pit the kids can play in. It'll be shelled corn, hay bales with a tarp in with shelled corn. They'll be able to. That'll be all included with their admission to the kids area. They're going to bring some animals out, more of an educational thing than a petting zoo, but there'll be pens with some different animals in and some information on the pens. So, people that can come out and see different animals, learn about them. I think just that alone, just the additions to the kids area, it's still one price admission, to get in there. All kids get a prize when you pay your admission, and they can play every game as many times as they want. The only thing limited is the trout pond. They get 5 minutes in the trout pond, and if they want additional time, they can buy additional time for the trout pond. Putting 200 trout in there again. So I think that scavenger hunt will be, we're having the scavenger hunt again. That was a really big hit last year, even with the vendors. The way we did it, the vendors had a sign at their booth with a certain animal on it or whatever the kids had to find, had to correspond with their card that they got when they came in. And I think we had maybe 8 or 10 last year. You wouldn't believe the vendors that reached out to us this year and said, "Are you doing that again? I saw that. That was so cool. We want one on our booth."
Yeah.
We could almost put one on every booth if we want to do this year. People were reaching out like crazy. So, and we did get some people that reached out that want to donate some prizes towards that and stuff like that. So that's gonna be really neat. There'll be some prizes again for the kids with that. Gun giveaways each day again, and door prizes for the adults. They'll be everybody gets a ticket for a door prize when they come in. So lots of giveaways. Got some really good raffles. Keegan's mother has been Jeannie. She's been working on raffles for us, and I think they're going to be some really good raffles too. She got some really good stuff. Going to be some neat packages.
Well, there's Chinese auction.
Chinese auction too. Yeah, I mean, if anybody wants to, donate a basket or bring something up for that, there's always Chinese auction, 50-50, the regular things like that, but. Yeah, she's been getting some pretty cool packages together that we're excited to put out for everybody. we'll have some gun raffles.
Yeah, we do have some pretty neat guns. I know
Yeah.
right off the top of my head what we have already. We have a couple already. We got a Bond Arms Derringer 357, 2-shot Derringer, cool little gun. And we got a shotgun. I don't remember what it is off the top of my head, but we have a really nice engraved shotgun. Our Car Arms donated to us last year, so we have that one. We have that Derringer, and we're not sure. We got feelers out for a couple more different guns we're gonna do. Plus all the ticket guns and all that. So there's gonna be a lot of stuff, a lot of chances to win.
Prizes all day.
I know some of the vendors that are going to be up there as well. We'll have raffles, so make sure you look at everything and see what you want first.
All my donations are starting to come in from my sponsors for the kids. So
awesome.
I do the same thing every year. I do the Duke traps. This year, Alan Probes from North American Trapper donated bait for those dog proofs. Ryan from Coon Creek Trappers, he donated some furs for the kids to check out and some mink lures because I got some mink traps to give away this year.
Nice.
For the older kids.
That's awesome.
Since, I can't trust the little kids not to stick their hands in the mink traps.
Yeah.
But
so you mean people use something other than marshmallows in them dog proofs? Well, I thought marshmallow was a bait of choice.
Yeah, the guys who don't know what they're doing. But yeah, I got, Weeby, their package will probably be here tomorrow. So, same deal. I'll be doing it, and there's no,
That's awesome. We really appreciate that. It means a lot.
Them guys, every year, the beginning of the March, they start asking me, hey, when's that event? When are we going to send that stuff?
Yeah,
so
that's great.
We do appreciate it for sure. It's become a year-round thing for us now. It's second nature. We have a meeting every month now with the board. Anybody that wants to help too as well, feel free to stop up and see us. We're usually anybody in the yellow shirts, staff shirts there can help you out. If you're interested in learning more about the organization or our meetings, we have our closed board meetings, but then we have normally a few meetings throughout the year. Our Christmas party's open to everybody. Yeah. If you ever want to know more about us, the story's online. But if you want to talk to any of us, grab any of us at the show, and we'll be glad to talk to you. We're pretty passionate about what we do. I think that's why we've gotten to where we're at. Like Austin said, our group of people that help us is growing every year, and the board itself has. I can't say enough because we built this board for a purpose. We built it specifically the way we wanted it to be, and this is what we envisioned and where we're at. And I think the sky's the limit with this board. I throw ideas out, and next thing I know, there's a proof of a poster or something we decide we want to do. It's just like the beer trailer thing came to be, and we just decided to jump on it. Had the chance to buy it. Austin went and picked it up. CJ took it to his house. He stripped it all down, got it all cleaned up and waxed and polished, and Helltown went over and threw the graphics on. It just seems like when we get an idea, we run with it.
Yep.
And it just, everybody pitches in their perspective on it, and we make it happen. And I can't say enough about the board. I can't say enough about our sponsors or volunteers. The whole organization is something pretty unique. So, stop out and talk to us. Definitely, we're always open to talk about it. That's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. We want to hear any feedback, get any help, anything. Like anything that we can donate to or sponsor to for youth or veterans or whatever it may be. Like, we're all about that. Also, we'd love to talk to you about it and get all your info, and we'll get something out to you right away.
Yeah, we currently, as far as to give an idea where the funds go and what we do with the money from this show and from all our fundraisers. Currently, we sponsor pretty much, I believe, and if we don't already sponsor you and you're in the area, reach out. All the trap teams, the high school trap teams, Hempfield Rifle Team, all the sportsmen's clubs, fishing derbies in the area we do. If we're not doing yours again, reach out to us. we do a lot of, we'll do cash donations, we'll do items to, for you to give away, things like that.
We'll try and come down. If we have somebody available,
Yeah.
we'll send somebody down to just volunteer our time and help out, and just, and when we come, we'll bring something, whether, donate some fish or a cash donation, whatever it may be. We try and get out to as many as we can.
I know that squirrel showed up at the Heckler Youth Fishing Derby.
Yeah. We're looking for some more squirrel helpers.
Yeah, we need some more squirrel
Yeah,
helpers.
we do need some squirrel helpers. Our squirrel helpers kind of outgrew the costume a little bit, so we're always looking for squirrel helpers.
Yeah, for
Well,
sure.
I'll put an application on the Facebook.
Yeah. Gotta have experience.
Yeah,
we're looking for 2 years experience.
Must be able to take an air gun shot to the butt.
Yeah, squirrel handlers.
What else? I mean, I can run through the bands.
Yeah,
quick.
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
all day Saturday, literally all day, starting at 10 a.m. Nate Frost is going to play from 10 to 1, and from 1 to 3 we'll have the Lionhearts. From 3:30 to 5:30 we'll have the Heartstrings. From 6 to 8 is Junior and the Push. Now, like Matthew said earlier, the show does end at 7. The buildings will close up, but Junior and them will play through 8, and then the Andy Davis Barn Party, that'll start at 8:30, and he'll play till, I don't even remember what time he plays till.
10:30.
10:30.
Yeah, 10:30.
And then on Sunday, starting at 10 a.m. again, from 10 to 12, we have AJ Shawley back. He's awesome. Yeah. We love AJ.
Yeah.
From 12 to 2, we have Shiva Skydriver. And then from 2 to 4, we have Nick Polito. So we're having a, what's he calling it? The Acoustic Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday's going to be
just acoustic bands.
It's all acoustic bands. Kind of more laid back, a little bit more laid back than Saturday. Saturday's more the party day. I think this is probably our best lineup of bands yet. With that said, if you're interested in playing at our show, go to our website, send us some info. We're always looking for new. We like to update the bands a lot. We're always trying to find some new ones to put in there to spice it up. This year, I think this is probably our best lineup that we've had yet, though.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
The Heartstrings band, they're coming from Williamsport. I think they're Jersey Shore, Williamsport area. They just had an album release party this past week. So they're starting to get some good recognition. Go online and listen to them. They're really good. The Lionhearts, that's a local band here. I mean, obviously, you know them. You know Adam. I've had a lot of conversations with Adam lately, and I'm trying to get him more to play at our club and stuff like that.
They're really good, too. They put on a really good. Every band on there that I've seen most of them in person, not even at our show. Yeah, we try and go out and enjoy it sometimes afterwards, and they're all good. And
Adam and those guys made the ending music for the podcast and the beginning music.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, and this is the second year we've had Junior there. Junior plays, a lot at the Glass Festival and places like that, so he's known around the area. Nate Frost has a pretty good following, from what I'm told. I have not personally heard him yet. Same with Nick Polito. They're both a little bit out of the area, so I'm really anxious to hear them. Shiva Skydriver, I think everybody in this area has heard of them. They're really good. And obviously AJ. AJ's going to sing our national anthem again. I hope I didn't just break that to him. I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure after his performance last year, he just figured it's coming. But we definitely want him to sing that again. And then obviously the Andy Davis Barn Party. Some of the food vendors will probably stay open. We give them the option to stay open if they want to. Obviously the beer will be flowing. Country Hammer Moonshine will be there. We'll have some regular beer. We'll have the Chico beer, and we're going to have some. I believe we're going to have some Forbes Trail beer as well. I think we're going to have a couple of his.
One of his IPAs, I believe.
Yeah, I believe we're going to have some of his.
Yeah, we're getting a keg of that too because that was a big hit.
Mm-hmm. So I mean,
lots of great stuff, and that's
food.
all.
Yeah. Food wise, we've got.
I don't even have that wrote down to be honest.
Yeah, the
Big B's Barbecue's back. Almer's is back.
Hold on, I'll get you.
I'll have to pull it up. While he's pulling up the food, I was gonna give a little shout out to all those bands. Now they'll be in the Rupert's Roost in Peace turkey call and Rut in Peace building, and those will all be on the Indian Lake Marina stage. They came back as a big sponsor of ours. They're bringing the boats back, and they'll be all over the grounds and in their building they were in, and they're gonna sponsor the stage for the whole day, both days, for all the bands will play on that. So that's exciting. We're excited to be, getting closer and partnering with them too.
Yeah. Back to the food vendors. Our food court's going to include Norvelt Pizzeria, Big B's Barbecue, Ferlini's Kitchen, 512 on the go, Almer's Concessions, Simply the Best Kettle Corn, Sweet Scoops Ice Cream, Stromboli Land, Gyro Hut, Kona Ice, Backwoods Kettle Corn, Traveling Tom's Coffee, Donut Envy, Miley's Lemonade Smashers, and we just added Hunt Chef will be back with his last year he did walleye. He does some fish and some other stuff.
Yeah.
So he'll be back with that as well. So there's something definitely there for everybody food wise.
Oh yeah.
Good food. Everything's good. Every one of those vendors is good.
Yep.
We kind of try to keep it to where we don't have a lot of overlap, so that there is a good variety. And so, like I said, I mean, you go to for $5, you pay general admissions $5 for adults 13 and up, kids 12 and under are free. For $5, you come in, you get anything you want to eat, anything you want to drink, and just sit and have a good time. I mean, hopefully the weather's good for us. A lot of stuff is outside. I mean, all the vendors are inside, so you kind of go building to building the way the grounds is laid out. But everything else is inside. I mean, for the most part. We are going to have some tents this year, a couple of tents. We have a couple of seminars. We have 4 seminars this year. Wild World of Animals will be back with us. They'll do a show each day. They bring all kind of different wild animals to kids can see and play with, and some of them they can touch and pet and get pictures with. They'll be there, and then we have a what's the other? We have Tom Bechtel's going to be there doing a coyote seminar. It's a pretty good seminar. I watched some of his videos, and he did it. He worked for Nightingale Game Calls for many years, and he's been doing his own seminars and stuff. And he really goes into detail, not just about coyote hunting, but about the animal themselves. Yeah. He really dives into that so that you can kind of get in the mindset of the coyote and learn how to hunt them. Mm-hmm. So he'll be there. On Point Adventure Foods is doing a demonstration on freeze-dried foods, on how to pack for a hunt, to have nutritious food you need, for the hunt, to how to rehydrate their foods to make meals, things like that. So they'll be there each day. And then, what am I missing? I'm missing something.
Stan Gordon
will be doing there. Stan will be doing from his booth daily throughout the day. I think 1 o'clock every day, and then he'll have benches set up there at his booth. Anybody can stop and talk to him anytime you want to stop. He'll be there all day, but he'll be doing a seminar each day at 1 o'clock. And
for anybody who doesn't know who Stan is, Stan looks for Bigfoot.
Yes.
Yep.
Stan is our local UFO, Bigfoot, paranormal. I just saw his signs up. He's doing a UFO conference, Bigfoot conference at 3Cs. Don't they have like some kind of big deal over in Norvelt?
Kecksburg.
No,
Kecksburg.
Don't put that on Norvelt. That's Kecksburg. We don't want to steal their thunder. The Acorn crashed in Kecksburg.
Yeah,
that's theirs. We're
Kecksburg.
Norvelt's known for our fish sandwich and wings. We're not known for UFOs, so they can have the UFOs. But yeah, no, Stan's going to be there. I mean,
it's interesting.
It is. It is very interesting, and there's so many people. Every time I walk by his booth, he's got people there, and everybody's heard something, and they and he listens to everybody and gets their information, and so he's going to be there. And I feel like I'm forgetting something.
You had it wrote down.
I don't think I have that one.
Yeah, you showed me the.
Did I have it?
Do you have?
Oh yeah, I do.
You have the seminars pulled up.
Yeah. I guess that is all I had. Yeah, the Salute Our Heroes ceremony is, we have that under our demonstration. That's 12 to 1 on Saturday. Wild World Animals is there both Saturday and Sunday. On Point Adventure Foods both days. Tom Bechtel's there both days. Stan Gordon's there. He'll be there. And we also have on Sunday.
That's what I was just going to say, but I couldn't think of his name.
Yeah.
He got it.
Yeah, for any of the vendors that are there early that are missing their church service or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to have the Sportsman Prayer Service. It's from 10:15 to 11. It'll be in the seminar tent, and it's presented by Mark Moore at Focus Outdoor Ministries. Mark was with us a couple years ago and did this, and schedules just didn't jive the last year or two. So we're really, really happy to have him back. I just talked to him today. He's very excited to be back. He really enjoyed our show. So Focus, they'll be set up, talk to those guys. Also, something that I did forget to mention, with the veteran side of it, we expanded our Heroes Hall this year. Something we started last year we called Heroes Hall, and it's all veteran support organizations. So the Legion will be in there, the VA, I think the VA will be in there, National Guard will be in there, there'll be some other vendors in there, and what that is just, it's mainly for the veterans. There's a lot of help in there regardless what you need. But if you're a veteran, you want to talk to somebody, you want to find an organization to talk to about an issue you might be having or whatever, they'll be there. And we're going to have an area where you find an organization there that you want to talk to. There'll be a private area where you can go sit. They're going to share a private area. They'll take turns using it. You can sit and talk to them in private, talk about what you need to talk about, and they'll point you in the right direction or see that you get the help that you need. So we're trying to grow that. That's something that we're really proud of. That came to be through our local Legion, Post 982 Legion. It was something that they suggested. I had been doing Operation Vet Now event for a couple of years now up at Z&M, Harley Davidson up there in Greensburg, and that's a really nice event they do, and they have a veteran village, which is huge. There's probably 40 vendors there, or 40 organizations there. So we've been reaching out to them every year when we go up and try to get more of them to come in. Because I feel like in our setting, these guys might be more prone to talk to somebody in that kind of setting as opposed to going to an office and sitting and waiting to talk to somebody in an office or whatever, where you can just have a general conversation and bring something up and find the help you need. So we're really hoping to keep growing that as well. That'll be in its own tent. It's going to be a nice big tent that they're going to be in. I think we have probably 9 or 10 vendors in there or organizations in there at this point, and we're still trying to get some more. Still pushing to get more of those. So that's something cool. But that's a little bit of something for everybody as far as seminars go too. The coyote hunting, the On Point Adventure Foods. Those kind of specialized. So if you want to come in and listen to the seminars, those are free. Seminars are included with your price, your admission. The bands are all included. So really, the only money you have is getting in the gate. Parking's all free there. There's plenty of parking. So come on out and see us. It's. I think you'll be pretty impressed when you get there. It's not your normal outdoor show. No. I mean, even if you're a distance away, there's some campgrounds in the area. If you don't, if you want to come in and camp, there's a lot of hotels close by. I think you could pretty much make a weekend of it if you really wanted to. I mean, and there's stuff to do around the area. I got a friend of mine that I work with. He's probably coming down. He has a group coming down from Nanny Glow area, Johnstown area, and that's what I told him. I said, they may bring a camper and stay. They were talking about that. I said, there's more stuff to do. So even if you come to the show, walk through the show, do your thing on Saturday. We're right in the heart of the Laurel Highlands.
Right.
You take a ride up into the mountains. There's a lot to do up in Donegal and Champion and Acme and places like that. get out and see the area. If you're not from the area, there's a lot to see around here.
Yep.
And then come back and see us Sunday again. Price is very reasonable to get in. $5. So you come back Sunday, hear the bands on Sunday, and see the seminars again that you might have missed. And
yep.
You can make a very reasonable weekend out of it. We try to keep the price down as low as we can. It's inevitable that we're probably going to have to raise that price here eventually. But the price of everything going up. But with that being said, we're trying to. The more sponsors we get helps keep that price down too.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
we really appreciate all our sponsors. And I'm looking at the poster here that we have. I'm very, very proud of the amount of sponsors on there. I see shows that are bigger than ours that maybe get a little more foot traffic than ours, and we have 3 times the amount of sponsors they do. Right. So I think that really says a lot for our organization. People see what we're doing, they know why we're doing it, and they just want to help.
Yep.
Yeah, great group of sponsors. We can't thank them enough, honestly. I mean, I'll let Matthew read through them here whenever we're getting to that point. But, I mean, we're just really excited about it. I mean, I just want to give another shout out to all the board members. Keegan, Mark Franks, Mike Teeters, CJ the DJ, Todd Rupert, Mike Rayshart might as well be on our board. He's not, but he does. I mean, he does so much for calling vendors and getting all the food trucks. He did all the bands. I mean, he just absolutely kills it.
I talk to him at least once, maybe twice a week. He'll message me to, hey, what do you think about this guy? Can you get this guy? And
he's always getting.
I mean,
somebody.
I'm trying to, to get my sponsors to come too.
Right.
Yeah.
But a lot of them intertwine with. I got my mineral company. They'll be down in Virginia this weekend for a show, and he's like, he said, sucks because now I missed it twice in a row, but we'll have those minerals there.
Yeah.
There's a vendor there selling them. So
right.
But I mean, those people are bored, and then Jeannie for doing all the raffles, and Aunt Patty, she handles all the kids area stuff. I mean, we just, as big as it's gotten, and it's great to look at, but we couldn't do it without all those people. I mean, it just doesn't. There's not enough that Matthew couldn't do it alone. I couldn't do it alone. The two of us couldn't do it all together. I mean, we have to have that group of people. And it's just, we're just really thankful for them, and they keep things rolling. Like you were saying about earlier, I think Rayshart mentioned the gun bash one time, and then two weeks later, he had the ticket printed.
Yeah.
It just when we say we got an idea and it goes to life, that's exactly what happens. I mean, they're unbelievable.
Yeah. It's hard to believe sometimes how far we've come and the things we've done. I mean, we've got a brick and mortar building we just got last year that we're working on to make an office and a meeting room and everything out of. When that's done, we're going to have open houses down there for people to come see. Like, it's not just, I mean, we've created a brand, and it's one of those things that we're trying to get it to become a household name in this area, because it's something that we feel this area needs.
Yeah.
The kids, we need to support the kids. We need to support the organizations that are supporting the kids. It's you see a lot of things come and go, and a lot of organizations come and go, and we're hoping that we can continue on. I mean, I honestly can't say when we started this that I thought we'd be at 7 years.
Right.
Now I'm hoping that we get to 17 years. We'd like to see it down the road at 17 years.
Yep.
But it's just I want people to know what Chico Outdoors is. It's not even so much about the show. I mean, the show is our big fundraiser. We've added a gun bash now. We got some ideas for some other fundraisers coming up. But Chico Outdoors itself is something that it came from tragedy. Go off in a little bit of a tangent here. We haven't talked about it really in a couple years, I think, on this podcast, as to where it really started from. But Chico was my brother. He was Austin's nephew. uncle. I'm sorry, Austin was his nephew, and he passed away in 2017 unexpectedly, and when he was only 28 years old, so it was quite a void that was left when he left, and he was always big into getting the kids in the outdoors and all that. So we wanted to keep that part of it going, and that's what kind of stemmed the show, just as a way to. We actually started out putting fish in a creek. We had 5 different waters we threw fish in that were tagged, and we did that. That was this kind of paid for that kind of thing, and this just took off. And once it caught traction, and we got to the fairgrounds, and we really were able to stretch out there. It really grew the organization, the whole organization itself. I do know that it's starting to catch some traction in the area. Like I said earlier, we're still struggling here and there to find, to get the name in certain places. It's weird. I go into some sportsman's clubs around here, and I'll have guys that say they don't know what it is.
Right.
And we do a lot at all the clubs locally, and I don't know how people miss it, but I'm hoping here, after the show, we get things settled down after the show. We really want to start focusing on pushing the brand and pushing the organization. We got some things lined up that we want to do that aren't necessarily anything to do with the show, or it's just to promote the organization. You'll see us out and about. We want to start doing some more community events, things like that. So if you see us, you see the name Chico Outdoors, come over and talk to us, get some information and see what it's all about. It's all basically just it's a way to honor him and to continue to do the things that he was into, and I'm very proud of it. I think he'd be really proud of it. To make something this good out of a tragedy, that was the best outcome we could have hoped for.
Right.
So.
Yeah, I couldn't have said it better.
No, and I'm proud to be a part of it for all 7 years now, and hopefully for a long time to come.
We hope so. Absolutely. Yeah. We've met so many good people doing this, and back to that. I keep going back to that first year and looking back at who was there and how many are still with us. So I think that really says a lot, and how many that have come on since then because of those people. Todd Rupert's been with us since the beginning. Mark Franks has been with us since the beginning. Creek Archery's been there. I could probably, when I walk through or look down the list of people that are there, I can almost tell you who's there because of who, and
yeah,
it's just and I always say the Chico Outdoors family. I said when we were, reintroducing Jim Shorkey Toyota at Greensburg, who's our primary sponsor, our title sponsor of the show. I like to say that we're bringing them into the family. We've had a good relationship with Toyota Greensburg. Now it's a change over there, and we want to bring that Shorkey name in and bring them into the family. And all our sponsors, we've got so many new sponsors this year too. And it's like some of these sponsors came on with us because they came as a vendor.
Yeah.
And it's like everything kind of just falls into place. Todd Rupert came on with us after being a vendor. Mark came on with us after being a vendor. We hit it off with you guys, after you guys were set up there. Mm-hmm. And then you look down our sponsor list, and, one of our sponsors, Chemco Sales, came on as a sponsor this year. And they actually sought us out after the show and said, hey, we definitely want to be there again, but we want to sponsor too. Like, what can we do?
Right.
So, RAS, Indian Lake Marina, like those are all, we have connections somehow with those people. Some of them were vendors. Some of them just out of, just came on as a sponsor, wanted to help.
A lot of them are honestly a lot. I mean, even Fayette Rental Solutions, they're new this year. They came to our meeting, and he wanted to do something for, any tent needs or whatever we needed for outdoor stuff, and the high top tables for the bar, and he's helping us out with that. Yeah. Indian Lake came on as a vendor, and now they're our second biggest sponsor, sponsoring the stage and everything else. It's great. Like you said, we truly do think of it as a family.
Right.
Yeah. I'll run down the list real quick here. Because every time I look at this poster, it blows my mind how many people have come on with us, and to know that they trust us to give us their money, and they know where their money's going.
Yep.
And they're not afraid to come and give us the help we need.
Yep.
Obviously we said Jim Shorkey, Toyota Greensburg, Toyota's been with us for years now, and it's looking like that's going to continue even with the name change and even with the new ownership. It looks like they're going to work with us. We hope to keep that going for a long time. He said Indian Lake Marina, TPE Industries, Fayette Rental Solutions. This year, National Rifle Association came on with us. That's a designation that I've been wanting for years to put on here. Everybody knows the NRA. If you look around out in the outdoor world, the NRA, they're kind of particular about what they put their name on.
Right.
So to have them on there, the PA Friends of the NRA, Norvell Pizzeria, Jimmy takes good care of us. He's been with us for years. I mean, West Rock's been with us for years. Chemco Sales, I said they're a new one this year. That's going to be a great partnership. That's a multi-year deal with them. KDS Controls, that's a new one this year. Heckler Sportsman's, the Hunt Fish Committee, they've been with us for years. Bridgeport's been with us for years. Bridgeport Sportsman's, Overly's Country Christmas, Mount Pleasant Polish Falcons, Helltown Arms. He's a newer one, been with us a couple years, but he's just what do you need? He's the kind of guy that he just wants to see this grow too, and he's trying to include us in everything he does to get the name out for us, and he's just been great. Lake Treb Glass and Mirror, I can't say enough about her. She's been the sponsor of our craft building pretty much since we started, and all I do is give her a call, and she can't even be there this year, and she's like, I want to continue to sponsor. She just she thinks that much of the show. National Hydraulic. We said RAS. You got to know Sue from RAS. Sue, the same thing. Like, she wanted to be a vendor, but she wanted to do more. Like, she's like, I'm going to be there. I want to do more. So she came on as a sponsor. Obviously, Rupert's been with us. The Roost in Peace turkey calls, and now we talked about his rut in peace. Deer grunts. Greensburg Sportsman's, Creek Archery, Antlers and Anglers through Armstrong. Armstrong does a nice TV segment for us every year. So some of the things we do aren't monetary sponsors, but it's just a huge thing. Like, it's always something to help us out. I can't say enough. It blows my mind when I see the sponsors that we have, because, like I said, there are shows that have been around a lot longer than us that can't pull the sponsors we're pulling. So I think that really says a lot for our organization. And even we talked to a lot of the vendors throughout the weekend up there, and we talked to our sponsors throughout the weekend up there, and it seems to be, they always say, this really is a family. Like, and we laugh because a lot of us we really are family. Right. But even the ones that aren't, even the friends, have become family to us, and that's why I think it keeps growing the way it does.
These sponsors have done the same. They've become family to us. Forbes Trail, just people that have been with us for years now that just we look forward to seeing every year. We try and get out and see them more than just one time a year, but I mean it means the world to us. It really does.
Yep. So what else you got? Anything else?
How's Rob?
Rob's good, buddy.
That's good.
I'm not as frustrated as we were when we first started this. When you guys leave, I'm going to figure out why the hell that thing is not recording.
Well, as soon as we leave, it'll work.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then I'll be banging that thing off the ground, shooting it with that new 410 I got the other day.
There you go.
We appreciate you having us on. So it's nice to get to talk to you too. We want to know how Rob's doing. What's new with you?
This is we all know there's somebody missing from here, so he's moved on, and there's his kids are at that age, they need to play sports, and Dad needs to be there with them kids. It's more important to be there than it is to be here.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I respect him for all the help he's done over the years with the podcast.
Yeah.
So, and you guys, I look forward to this every year. I made a post this morning, and this is this is 5 years. It started March 26th. The first episode aired the 27th.
Mm.
Yeah.
And who the hell would have thought that somebody would listen to me for 5 years talking?
Yeah.
I mean, it seems like guys are getting more and more interested in it. I got more and more people wanting to work with me and
that's
the
awesome.
podcast. So
Yeah. We're excited for everything. For this every year we're excited to come and do this. We really enjoy doing this. All the stuff we do throughout the year, all the things we sponsor, the events we go to, the fishing derbies and things like that. I mean, I got tons and tons of pictures in my phone that someday I'm gonna upload them in and put them out there. And I mean, it's hard to believe the things that we've done, the people we've met. Yeah. I feel that everything happens for a reason, and whatever the reason was that he had to go early, this is what was planned after
exactly.
that. Whatever the reason was he had to go, there was a back door to it that was going to open for this, and I feel that we've helped a lot of people, with the money we've been able to donate. A lot of organizations, I know the trap teams and things like that, they're very appreciative because the schools aren't giving them anything. The schools are letting them use a name and that's it.
Yeah.
Which that was a hard thing in itself. Most of the schools didn't even want to put their name on it because oh my God, you're gonna what about where you're gonna get these guns? Where's the guns gonna be? It doesn't even take place at school.
Yeah.
I mean, they just need the name. And
it's the local sportsmen's clubs that are letting the kids shoot there.
Yeah. And it kind of pisses me off a little bit too because my kids have been in sports. My daughter's in sports, and you go through the high school and you see the money that's put into sports, and they can't give these kids the money they need to go on. I mean, not every kid's an athlete.
No.
But every kid can learn to shoot a gun,
yeah.
And every kid can go out and enjoy himself and do good for the school and put the school name out there. That's one of the things that I really enjoy sponsoring those, and we're really hoping to do more with those, and we got some ideas in the future what we'd like to do. We get invited to a lot of their banquets and their picnics and stuff, and we just haven't had the time to go to them. I really want to start going and honoring these kids, and we want to start honoring them at the show and stuff.
At the show, yeah.
Because it's just they deserve the recognition. These kids are doing something that they're just not. The schools aren't really recognizing. They're letting them use the name, and that's it. And so anytime, we try to share their stuff, try to support them the best we can. That's why I said anybody else that's out there that needs sponsorship for your shooting team, come see us because we're all about it. We're super pro 2A. I think everybody in our organization is. I don't have a problem putting a gun in a kid's hand. We give them away.
Hey, the way I look at it is if we teach these kids how to properly handle a gun, we know where these kids are. They're in the woods.
Exactly.
They're fishing. They're not out robbing old people.
No.
They're not out shooting each other.
Couldn't have said it any better than what you just did right there.
To me, this is what it's all about, is getting these kids to that point.
Yeah.
Teach them how to properly handle a gun,
Yeah.
My kids grew up, my gun sitting on a table.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. A loaded pistol, There's a loaded rifle sitting over there in the corner to shoot groundhogs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? My kids grew up with those guns in this house like that.
Yep.
And I
never once did they pick it up or shoot anybody with them.
No, and I said that's it. You see it. It's a proven fact that when these kids are trained right and trained to respect the gun, they're not going to use it in the wrong way.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And you took this stuff out of the schools. You took the rifle teams out of the schools all them years. You tried to push that all away.
Yeah.
And I don't think you would have had these issues in the schools if they'd have kept that stuff.
Yep.
These kids would have had a release. These kids that aren't athletes, don't want to go play football or baseball, whatever. It gives them an escape to go do what they want. Gets them out. There's nothing better than going blow off a bunch of rounds.
Yeah.
You're letting out steam. They're getting good at it.
Yep.
They're starting to get awards. They're starting to get medals for it. And people don't realize, if you're listening to this, if you're a kid in high school or junior high, and you want it, and you're like, man, I'm not going to get into college or whatever. There's scholarships left and right for shooting that kids don't know about. 22 rifles.
Yeah. And
all the way up in the trap and everything. You can get college scholarships for shooting.
Yep.
So, we don't, if you're a parent listening, whatever, don't shy your kid away from it. Push them towards it.
Yeah.
Because they're going to respect the gun more if you put it in their hands the right way, then let them find it at somebody's house or let them go out and mess around with it, not know what to do with it.
Yep.
That's when the stuff happens. Yep. I grew up, we all grew up with them in the house. We hunted since we were young.
Yep.
And I feel bad that kids don't get that opportunity. That's why we want to keep pushing and pushing to do what we do and keep growing, making ours bigger, putting more out there, helping out the sportsmen's clubs where we can, helping out these organizations. We're going to get involved with the Jake's Day this year and really want to push that. Todd Rupert's been really trying to push that. We want to get in with that and push it. Somebody had to go and get married last year on the day of the Jake's event, so we had to miss it last year.
I forgot about that.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I guess we haven't even talked about that on a podcast. Yeah,
I forgot all about that.
Yeah,
How is the married life?
Good.
Better watch what you say because I'm sure she's going to listen.
No, it's good. I have no complaints. I'm very lucky. I can say that. Full confidence.
Yeah.
I'm extremely lucky, and
we teased them for quite a while, and they came on as boyfriend and girlfriend, vice president and secretary, and now we're the husband and wife and vice president and secretary. So we're very proud to have her as well. Yeah, she was a good addition. She does quite a bit for us, and like he said, with all the out of everybody on the board, I can honestly say we probably couldn't get by without her. I mean,
we'd be in bad shape.
Yeah,
we'd all be banging our heads together trying to figure out how to do a lot of the things.
Trying to figure out how to do the computer stuff like we were trying to do when we come in here.
Yep.
Which is why we're on old reliable.
Yep.
Old reliable recorder instead of on video. We would have a hard time. She's great. I love it.
So.
And while we're there at the show, I'm sure I'll get around and I'll do some live stuff. So. Actually get to see these guys and see what their mugs look like. I mean,
you've seen us before if you've watched, but if you're new to it, you'll see us at the show on a live or whatever.
Hopefully we got a lot of new people listening. Hopefully we get we want to see everybody out there. There's something, like I said, there's something for everybody at the show. I mean, we got a whole ladies building with crafts and candles and cookies and all that kind of stuff. There's
dog toys, dog treats. There's things for your dog. There's things for everybody.
Yeah. So we got the kids covered. We got the ladies covered. The guys, obviously there's plenty to do there. Just come on out. Just come out and experience it. That's all I can say. Like it's hard to really put it into perspective until you see it because it's not the normal outdoor show you're used to if you've not been there. I mean, a lot of people listening have been there every year with us, and we appreciate that tremendously, the ones that come back. But I challenge you, bring one or two friends with you that haven't been there.
Yeah.
Bring them out, let them see it, because it's not – and even I know a lot of the women come. They're like, oh, man, I got drugged here. He drugged me here. And then they have a good time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They see that it's not just your run-of-the-mill, what you're used to walking through, looking at stuff that they're not interested in. They can go do what they want. He does what he wants. Kids can go play as much as they want. I mean, there are many places you can go pay one price for your kid and let them play games all day, especially fair-wise. I mean, anymore, typical game at a fair is $10.
Yeah.
We're charging like $12 for everything they do, and they can do it all day long.
Yep.
So, come on out and see us. I just keep pushing.
My wife
keep people out.
My wife does not hunt. She wants nothing to do with that part of it, and she comes every year when she gets done work Saturday evening. She comes out, and she'll come Sunday and she'll sit in the booth with me, and she walks around. Last year she got in all them raffles and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. She won some baskets or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
but bring your wives, your grandmother, your grandfathers.
Yeah, and honestly, even
grab the neighbor kids, bring them.
Exactly.
Bring the neighbor. Heck, even if you don't like the neighbor, invite them anyways.
Yeah, bring them.
Yeah. No, I mean, even if you're not, the outdoor thing doesn't really jump out at you. Like I said, between the food, the bands, the entertainment, like it's well worth the price of admission.
Yeah.
If you're not, you got nothing better to do that day, come on out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the craft area, the bands. Even if you just like food and bands, there's great bands and great food. So we literally can't stress enough. We have something for everybody.
Exactly.
We try and cover all areas.
Yeah, people pay $10, $12 to get in an event just to eat anyway. So come pay $5 at ours and eat. And I'll bet you're going to find something you like there.
You'll find something you like.
Well, you guys want to let them know where they can find more information on this because we're about. That time to. Yeah,
we're on pretty much. We're not on TikTok yet, Rob. We haven't gotten on TikTok yet.
TikTok is brutal.
But we're on Facebook. We're on Instagram. Just search Chico Outdoors. We're not hard to find on either one. Our website, ChicoOutdoors.org. go to that. You'll find us there. We update that pretty regularly. There's a lot of information on the organization on there, and we'll continue to update that. Like all the winning numbers from the show. If you're there and you buy tickets and you don't, it doesn't go off while you're there, we'll be posting all them online. All our winners will be posted there from the mega ticket. Yeah. There's a whole page on the website just devoted to the mega ticket for all the winners. All the numbers will be posted there. So find us on social media. Obviously, we're going to be on podcast here. Follow us on their podcast.
Yep.
And just look for us on social media. It ain't a hard search to find us. Reach out too if you have any questions about it. You see something on there that catches your eye or something you want more information about. By all means, we're really really good at answering. Somebody's watching it all the time.
Yep.
Everybody gets notifications on their phone. It pops up. Somebody will answer your question within a timely manner. We all are volunteers. That's something else to throw out there. None of us do this for a living.
Right.
This is all volunteer. All our boards volunteer. Everybody that helps at the show is volunteer. Everybody that helps at our gun bash is volunteer. So just give us a little bit of leeway there. But I think we answer pretty quick if you need something. So,
yep.
Yeah, reach out and find us there, and we hope to see everybody at the show.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'm going to run down through a sponsors list. What's nice about this stuff is I pre-recorded all this stuff now, so I don't have to sit here and look at my phone and do this anymore. I just get to hit this button right here, and it's going to tell you guys who sponsors this fine podcast. Here you go. That'll do it for this episode of the Keystone Experience. Head over and check out these sponsors. Apparition Scent, Chico Outdoors Incorporated, Back 40 Seed Company, Gearhead Archery, Forget Genetics, Trapline Beard Oil Company, Weeby Knives, Wreck Broadheads, Coon Creek Trappers, Wilson's Wildlife Solutions Baits and Lures, Redline Bow Hunting, Rack and Stick, Scout Tech, XL Construction and Renovations LLC, Warhead Arrow Companies. Check us out on Carbon TV. Listen to us on the Outdoor Call radio app. And I forgot, I didn't pre-record the last one. Coyote Cords. Good guy out of Illinois. So give him a holler, give him a follow. Y'all, I appreciate you guys coming on, and see you in a couple weeks.
Absolutely.
We appreciate you having us. Thank you.
Yep.
We're out of here.